Marsh and Amy Bagan. All right, guys, what you got? Great job, Andy, by the way. That was a cool piece.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How important was it to get this win, not only get this win, but do it in convincing fashion?
Yeah, like I said, Air Force has been really good for the last couple of games, and they were up by 14 against UNLV. They beat San Jose State, so we know how good they are. I really liked their defense in the first half, 13 points. Second half, I wasn't as pleased, but it's like I told them. I got on them at the game, after the game in the locker room, and I said, look, I can't be satisfied with the second half because you guys can't be satisfied with it. But that being said, you guys are third in the conference. We're, 7-3 right now, and we've clawed our way back. So they're really doing a nice job with what they're supposed to be doing. And to win the game like we won, everybody got in, everybody contributed. It was good. It was good for us.
Coach, can you talk about the play in your bench? I think at one point in the second half, you outscored them 24-0.
I'm just proud of them because they got an opportunity. And when kids get an opportunity off the bench, they have to take advantage of them. And I think our players did. We outscored them 34-4. Bench points, and that's just going to pay dividends down the road when we have to, and we're going to have to use our bench. KP hit a big three, and I thought played well. Brooke Alleman's back, and she's getting more and more confident. Linnea's got that broken nose, but she'll be just fine. And the deeper we are going into the second half of the conference, I think the better we can wear teams out, and that's what we want to do.
Your team really your defense really set the tone in that first half. I think they didn't score for like a 7-minute span when you guys were on that 19-0 run. Talk to me about that. Everything seemed to be clicking right there.
It did. We switched all screens. We switched ball screens. We got through some of their post guard screens, and then they run the nice little stagger screen for three to come off, and we switched that. And Khadijah got a nice steal for a layup down on one end, and I just thought our defense, we were just really rolling. I thought they play their defense in their 2-3 zone a lot like Wyoming. It's really jammed in ball defense, and we struggled with that again early, and we've got to work on it. We've got to find a way. Utah State will play that funnel defense, and they'll play a 2-3 probably against us 99% of the game, and we've got to find a solution because we're not as crisp with that. Even though we did get the ball inside, 36-18 points in the paint, but like I said, I told them in the locker room, I got on them pretty good, and I just said I wasn't satisfied with the second half. And I said, look, I wish I was wired different, and I'm not. I'm just not. And I think my assistants wish I was wired a little bit different. But I want good things to happen to these players. They've been through so much. They really have, especially the ones that have been with me from the beginning. And I know we all want it. We really do, and I think all the good that happens with our team, it's because of these players. And I just don't want them to falter. I don't want them to be satisfied for where we're at right now. I think there's some really good things coming in the future.
A little bit before this game, midway point as far as conference season, now one game past that. Where exactly is this team at right now?
I think we're getting better. I really do. I think we're getting better as a team because I'm playing more players and they are contributing. It is nice to have Brooke back because she gives us a solid player that's played in the past with a lot of minutes. I think as a team we're getting confident, and we've been getting confident. But like I said, Air Force has made teams struggle. I don't care what their record said. They have made teams struggle. And like you said, to win the way we won in convincing fashion, I don't care who the team is and what their record is. It's hard to beat Division I teams by 20 or more points. It just really is. Teams are good teams, and they have good players. And we managed to do that. And I credit my players for that. And they're in a good place. They're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to get ready for Utah State. We're probably a little bit beat up, so we'll make it a shorter practice. But we've got a tough game ahead of us.
Coach, it seemed your big runs tonight were spoiled by you guys really being active on defense, especially defense. Can you talk about how that really gives your offense momentum and you're able to get out and turnovers?
Well, you hit it right on the head because our offense was stagnant because of that ball defense and because they were packing it in. I subbed a little bit, and then we started getting steals and long rebounds, and we started running, and I think that's where the first run came in. And, you got to find a way to do it somehow. Half-court offense, your press. I didn't press tonight, maybe 22, but it's just full-court man making them work. And I just thought from there, we really broke it loose and gained some confidence. And in transition points, we were good. We were 14-4. 14-7. And I thought we made some good decisions in transition.
Rebounding. 17 offensive boards. You got rebounding 46-24. That's a pretty telling number.
It's huge. It's huge. And, every time, 17 second chance, opportunities. 14 second chance points. Probably didn't take advantage of it as well as we should have. But, Alexa Chavez, 3-0 boards. Khadijah Shumpert, 3-0 boards. That's big. Khadijah had a nice game, 13-6. Tish had a nice game, 10-5, and I just didn't want to chance it. Josie had a very good game, 8-4, and that's probably the best that Josie's played. She was confident, went to the basket, and did a nice job on rebounds. And, Kiana, 8-3. That's probably the best game I've seen Kiana play. So, to be where we're at this stage, I'm really proud of these kids. And like I said, I did get after them in the locker room, but, they deserve really good things to happen for them. They really do. And I really believe they're on the verge of having that. And sometimes as a coach, you want to be perfect, especially when you see the first half. And you knew Air Force was a better team than 13 points. So, we knew we had to buckle down and absorb their run. And we did a nice job with it. Anytime you beat a team by over 20 points, a Division I team, that's a great effort.
7 of your last 8 now, if I'm not mistaken. Does it feel like this team is on a little bit of a roll?
Oh, I think so, and I think they feel it too. They enjoy winning, and they've earned it. They've earned all the victories they've got, and we've had a couple of close losses too here on the road. The Stanford game is still the one that gets you, and on the road, Texas Pan American is the one that comes to mind. But they've really done a nice job of saying, we're a good basketball team, and we play well together. And we're going to be a good basketball team. So being able to win at home and stay where we're at in conference, that's a credit to them.
Coach, longest win streak since our conference win streak since the 06-07 season. What does that mean to you?
That's great because, and I'm trying to remember who was on those teams back then, but probably Katie and Abby and those guys, Julie, Briotti, and trying to remember our post, Melissa Forrest, I think, was on that team. But, I look back, and those are some really good teams. And then I look at this team, and this team can compare with those teams. And I'm not saying, I want to do that and get that out, but I'm saying this team is very athletic. They're very good. They play well together. That's what those teams did. So, I don't want to sit and compare one to another, but I see a lot of this team and that team.
Next up, we got Utah State, a team that you beat by 1.
Yeah.
What challenges do they pose to you guys going to their place now?
Yeah, they have posts that can shoot the 3, and we've got to do a better job on their high ball screen roll and rise. They had a freshman point guard that kind of took it at us, so defensively we're going to make sure that hopefully that doesn't happen again. And again, I like the way our team's playing on the road. We beat a very, very talented and good San Jose State team on the road. So I like where their confidence is at right now.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks. All right. Batter up.
Thanks, sir.
8 before duty? Oh.
Khadijah came out 13 points. Questions?
I'll do the good news first. It seemed like that first half you guys were playing, maybe except for the first 3 minutes, really, really well. What did you think was going so well for you guys?
I think that we came out with energy and we were excited to play. I think that we've been playing really well together, and that first half coming out and that's one of our focuses is to have energy to start with, set the tone. So I think that we did a good job of that in the first half, at the beginning.
You guys have won 7 of your last 8 now, and on a little bit of a roll. Is it starting to feel like you guys are on a roll?
Yeah, it feels like things are finally coming together. especially after, the last 2 years that I've been here, and it's like, we can do it, but something was always missing or something didn't happen the way we wanted to. But now it seems like things are happening and it's towards the good and it's what we want. So it's feeling good as a team.
Why do you think is it something different this year? I mean, what's been the difference this year as opposed to the last 2 years?
I really think that it has to do with our trip to Italy at the beginning, like in this summer when we went. That built like chemistry, and it brought us together to the point where it's showing on the court now. Like we're so like as one. It's hard to even put in words like how well we're doing, and I think that it all started in Italy.
You put back-to-back solid games together, and you told me that you feel like you're back. Is that just all coming together now too?
Yeah, I definitely think it's coming together. Like after my ankle injury and then also being taken out from an allergy. But I feel like I'm back and I'm not having any issues, so that's a plus.
Talk a little bit about you guys' defense in the first half. It seemed like you really had them pretty well scrambled there for a while.
And that's all to our coaches because we sat down, we watched lots of film, we went over their plays, and we were prepared, and they prepared us well.
Anything else for Khadijah? Okay.
All right, thank you.
Shreese with a team high 4 assists and 30 steals, go on 7 points. Questions for Shreese?
Same thing for you. If we just talk about the defense a little bit in the first half, it seemed like you guys kind of had that rolling the way you want it to be. What was going so well for you tonight?
I just think we hang our head on defense. So our mentality is always to play good defense, hold a team to a certain amount of points. So if we play good defense, it leads to our good offense, so we can get it rolling.
Coach talked a little bit about not getting after you guys in the locker room, but about the second half, were you guys a little dissatisfied with the second half too?
Yeah, we were a little bit. I think we got a little complacent because we got comfortable. So we need to learn not to get too comfortable with teams like that going into the rest of the season. So it was good that Coach got on us to make sure that we see that what we were doing wrong and need to pick it up next time.
Coach said she didn't want you guys to be satisfied and wants you guys to keep going. Do you guys see how good your potential is?
Yeah, I see that our potential is really great, that we can beat any team in the conference as long as we have confidence and stuff. So her always being on our case helps us not satisfy, because like if we stay satisfied with our winning streak right now, then will lead to a bad downfall. So her staying on us will help very much down the road.
Despite a little bit of a lull in the second half, I mean, you beat an Air Force team by over 20. I mean, how important was it to not only get this win, but to do it in convincing fashion like you did?
I'm gonna give credit to Air Force because they have been doing good lately, but with our defense and stuff and us beating them by that many points, it just shows like we're doing good defensively to hold teams to a certain amount.
Any more questions?
You're welcome.